Now call the business session of the October 5th, 2021 City Council meeting to order at 6 p.m. Welcome to all our guests and visitors. We provide an opportunity for the public to address the City Council on any agenda item or during the hearing of visitors portion of the agenda. On items other than public hearings, speakers will be allotted one 3-minute presentation regardless of the number of agenda items the speaker wishes to address. If you're here to speak and have not filled out a registration card, please see the City Secretary staff at the registration table outside of the auditorium so that the staff can contact you if necessary. If you have handouts, please let us know at the beginning of your presentation, and staff will distribute those to the council. If you're unable to approach the podium due to physical limitations, a microphone is available to be brought to you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first item of business is to consider the minutes of the September 21st, 2021 City Council meeting. The minutes were provided in your meeting packet. Are there any corrections? There being no corrections, the minutes will stand approved as submitted. And now we have 3 proclamations tonight. And the first is going to be Chief Cheryl Victorian for National Night Out. And McGruff. We got a bunch of fun guests here tonight. Public safety is a team sport. In the city of Waco, every member of our community is invited to be on our team. The city and the police department are committed to serving our community and doing the hard work to build trust in Waco neighborhoods. And National Night Out is one way we do this and embodies that commitment. So, with that, I, Dylan Meek, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Waco Mayor, do hereby proclaim October 5th, 2021 as National Night Out Day in the city of Waco and urge the people of Waco to join with me and the City Council and City staff in participating with the Waco Police Department in America's Night Out Against Crime. National Night Out has been proven to be an effective and enjoyable night as neighbors, law enforcement, community organizations collaborate to make our neighborhoods safe. We expressed our sincere admiration for the work that our neighborhoods have done through assisting the Waco Police Department through joint crime prevention efforts. We further express our admiration for the organizations involved and that they are ambassadors of goodwill representing our community. And testimony whereof witness my hand and the seal of the City of Waco this 5th day of October, 2021. Thank you, Chief, and McGruff. The next proclamation is to our Fire Chief, Gregory Summers. This is a public safety night tonight, and this proclamation is going to be presented to our Fire Chief, Chief Summers, who's the chief of our ISO 1 rated fire department, who works hard daily to serve Wacoans. Thanks to you and your team, Chief, for your community engagement efforts that we'll discuss tonight. So with that, I, Dylan Meek, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Waco, do hereby proclaim October 3rd through the 9th, 2021 as Fire Prevention Week 2021 in the city of Waco and urge the people of Waco to join with the City Council, City staff, and me in participating with the Waco Fire Department for Fire Prevention Week and learn the sounds of fire safety. Knowing the different warning sounds of smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and what to do when an alarm sounds will help keep you and your family safe. Fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at the greatest risk of fire. Home fires kill more than 2,770 people in the United States in 2019, according to the National Fire Protection Association. Working smoke alarms sense smoke well before you can and cut the risk of dying in reported homes fires by half. I urge the community of Waco to learn the sounds of fire safety for Fire Prevention Week 2021 and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Waco Fire Department. In testimony whereof, witness my hand and the seal of the city of Waco this 5th day of October 2021. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next, we have many people here, and if you would just come and tell me if I'm wrong, Ashley, but we're going to line up right here. Is that correct? So we have several people. If you're here, please just come forward at this time. We have Executive Director Amy Snoddy. Am I saying that right? Public Safety Office of the Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Texas Department of Public Safety, Region 6 Regional Director Todd Snyder. U.S. Marshal Susan, I hope I don't say this wrong, Pamerlew for the Western District of Texas. U.S. Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Explosive Acting Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Brian Garner. McLennan County District Attorney, Barry Johnson. McLennan County Sheriff, Parnell McNamara. Bell County Sheriff's Office, Major T.J. Cruz. Waco Police Chief Cheryl Victorian. And Tag Administrator, James Bonowitz. Thank you all for being here tonight. What an honor to have you all. Our city is committed to proactively working with a variety of entities and institutions represented here today to ensure that our community is safe. Thank you to the Governor's Office for this grant, and thanks to all of those here today that work to make Waco and this community safe. And with that, I, Dylan Meek, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Waco, Texas, do hereby proclaim October 5th, 2021 as Waco's Texas Anti-Gang, or TAG, Center Day in the city of Waco, and urge the people of Waco to join with the city council, city staff, and me in acknowledging the hard work and dedication of the Texas Governor's Office for recognizing the need for funding to facilitate local-level gang investigations and insisting and establish the Waco TAG Center. The Governor recognized that combating threats and hazards to local communities is paramount for the overall safety of the residents of the state of Texas. The collective impact of law enforcement personnel, efforts, and strategy are an effective and efficient tool to combat the violent crime that affects all communities in the state of Texas. The Governor made public safety a key budgetary initiative in funding the Texas Anti-Gang Center Network and the addition of the TAG Center in Waco. The Waco City Council and staff has identified public safety as a leading strategic goal, and recognizing that collaboration is critical to ensure all residents live without fear of criminal activity in their pursuit of a safe place to live, work, and play. The Waco TAG Center officially opened in October 2020 and is comprised of members from the Waco Police Department, McLennan County Sheriff's Office, McLennan County District Attorney's Office, Texas Department of Public Safety, United States Marshal Service, Bell County Sheriff's Office, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Enforcement operations at the TAG Center has resulted in the arrest of 115 gang members for felony offenses and the filing of 306 felony cases that are credited with 11 felony convictions in the first 8 months of reporting. TAG enforcement efforts have resulted in the seizure of 106 weapons, making a significant impact on the safety of the citizens of the Waco area. During the last 4 months, the Waco TAG Center law enforcement partners have collaborated to conduct at least 9 total organized gang suppression operations in the Waco area. We thank the members of the Waco TAG Center for their effective and efficient efforts and collaborate on intelligence, investigatory, and operational activities related to combating the shared threat of criminal organizations operating in and affecting the region. And witness, in testimony whereof, witness my hand in the seal of the city of Waco this 5th day of October, 2021. Thank you all so much for being here. It's so meaningful to have you tonight. Thank you. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much for having me here tonight. My name is Amy Snoddy. I'm the Executive Director for the Public Safety Office in the Office of the Governor. And I'm just so thrilled. The Texas Anti-Gang Center programs. This is a priority program for Governor Abbott, and you guys have done an outstanding job. Wow, just listening to all of what you just said, I don't have anything left to say. All of the accolades for these folks right here. We should go out and catch more bad guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for recognizing the Texas Anti-Gang Center. We appreciate it so much.
Chief Victorian, if you wanted to say a few words for National Night Out, I wanted to give you, do you have anything that you wanted to add for that? Sure. Putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
First of all, for the proclamation, and I hope as soon as everyone gets out of here that you select a location to go out and celebrate National Night Out. It's just an opportunity for us to get to know our neighbors and for the police department to use our citizens as force multipliers and increase the number of positive interactions we have. So thank you, and I'll see you guys tonight.
There are no public hearings on our agenda this evening, and so the next agenda item is the consent agenda. The following resolutions were pulled from the consent agenda and will be voted on separately. Resolutions 2021-709, 712, and 737. Is there a motion for Resolution 2021-709?
I move that we designate Josh Borderud as this council's new mayor pro tem.
I am honored by this motion. On two conditions, I'm willing to accept this. The first being that I would ask city staff and my fellow council members to continue to refer to me as Councilmember Borderud. I do not want to be called Mayor Pro Tem. If that's such a significant departure from tradition that it may shake the foundations of this, then I'm willing to consent, but I don't think I need to be called that for 7 months or whatever it may be. The second is that I don't want my wife to be called the Second Lady of Waco. I would also like that to be stricken from anyone's mouth or minds. I think that would lessen the First Lady of Waco and diminish my own spouse.
Oh, man. Conditions not accepted.
Exactly.
Any other discussion?
No.
Please poll the council.
Holmes.
Aye.
Palmer. Borderud.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that's great. Thank you. All right, next we have Resolution 2021-712. Is there a motion? And I will move that we nominate Jim Holmes to serve on the McLennan County Appraisal District Board as nominate Jim Holmes as one of the nominees for the McLennan County Appraisal District Board. That would have been a better way to say that. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes.
Aye.
Palmer. Borderud.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll now go to Resolution 2021-737, and I believe we have a speaker for this one, and that is Ms. Teresa Porter. Ms. Porter, great to see you.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi.
Teresa Porter, Heart of Texas Electric Auto Association. When I was reading through this, I took issue with a couple of things, of course. This here where it says that these trucks aren't in production, they are. Y'all got your handouts, right, on the 4 trucks, the BYD, the Peterbilt, the Mack, and the Lion. They actually are in production. Production is a little slow right now, and some of them are still taking orders and will deliver next year. But y'all aren't getting these trucks till next year anyway. There's not any front loaders yet, but those 4 do make side loaders. The thing about the batteries not being suitable to the Texas climate, I find that really hard to believe because Peterbilt is in Denton. And I just find it really hard to believe that they would build a truck in Texas that could not be used in Texas. So, not really buying that. And Lion has trucks in use from Quebec, Canada to Ocala, Florida. So if they can handle Quebec and Florida, they can handle Texas. And BYD has trucks in use all over the world. And they've actually been on the road since 2018. So they've got a little history there too. And, I did hear back from my favorite Lion representative. If your route is more than 1,200 cans, it didn't say in the paperwork, then yeah, you might have to charge. But for a can that can service or a truck that can service a 1,200 can route, the ballpark right now, because the bodies are kind of expensive because of supply chain, bodies, not batteries, bodies. The truck is mid to high 500-ish, roughly 9 months production time. And as far as paying for it goes, because yeah, I looked at those prices, and yeah, the truck is double some of these. Do the math, total cost of ownership, carry it out over the age of the vehicle, and factor in some of the grants. I heard a rumor, I haven't verified it yet. We're either air quality non-attainment or borderline non-attainment. If we are non-attainment, that opens us up to more state and federal money that could pay for half to 3/4 of this truck and the infrastructure needed. Just something to think about. I know I can't change your minds on what you're fixing to do tonight, but I'm just saying, we got 4 manufacturers to choose from already, and more on the way.
Thank you, Ms. Porter.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Is there a motion on Resolution 2021-737?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'll just say that in response to Ms. Porter, yeah, the technology is moving so quickly, and as we expand our garbage truck fleet, I think we'll be looking at those. I know this one, I think we're going to approve these, but in the future we'll be looking at across the board, looking at more efficient modes.
Yeah, I think along similar lines, I am hopeful that we will commit to electrifying our fleet wherever possible. I will be voting against this until we're able to see the full fleet report with the right sizing of electric vehicles.
I appreciate you, Ms. Porter, so much. This is great information, and look forward to continuing to move forward to achieving the goals that you have for us. Any further discussion? Please, public counsel.
Holmes.
Aye.
Palmer.
Nay.
Porterwood.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that motion does not carry, and we'll move on to the ordinances, the first of which is ordinance 2021-741.
Do we
need to do consent?
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you guys. We'll move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of resolutions 2021-712 through 2021-740, except for resolutions 2021-709, 712, and 737.
Mayor, may I add, there was a correction. It should be consent agenda from 711 through 740.
Okay.
That was my mistake.
Okay, 711, sorry. The consent agenda consists of resolution 2021-711 through 740, except for 709, 712, and 737. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion for approval on the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes.
Aye.
Palmer. Porterwood.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll move to the ordinances.
Ordinance 2021-741, an ordinance amending Article 6, Speed Regulations, and Chapter 25, Traffic and Vehicles of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco, McLennan County, Texas, by adding Section 25133.1 to adopt a temporary construction speed zone of 45 miles per hour on State Highway 6 frontage roads from Beverly Drive to the Robinson city limits, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing a severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for a penalty, providing for an effective date, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed, open the public as required by law. This ordinance comes to council on first reading.
Is there a motion?
I'll move for approval on first reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes. Aye. Palmer. Aye. Porterwood.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll move to ordinance 2021-742.
An ordinance providing for the extension of certain boundary limits of the City of Waco, Texas, and the annexation and designation of urban residential as the comprehensive plan land use designation and the designation of R1B single-family residence district zoning of certain territory described as approximately 56.10 acres of land, more or less, situated and being a part of the Buffalo Bayou, Brazos, Brazos and Colorado Railroad Company Survey, abstract number 157, McLennan County, Texas, and being a part of the called 194.45 acre tract described in a deed to WBW Single Land Investment LLC, Series 104, recorded in document number 2019-028303 of the official records of McLennan County, Texas, and being located near the intersection of Warren Road and Ritchie Road, and further located within Waco's extraterritorial jurisdiction, which said territory lies adjacent to and adjoins the present boundary limits of the city of Waco, Texas, assigning the annexed territory to City Council District 3, establishing City of Waco Precinct 62 and 51, which will consist of the annexed territory, directing that the city precinct district map be revised to reflect that change, providing voting location at any City of Waco vote center, providing that said territory bears pro rata part of taxes and entitling inhabitants to all rights and privileges of citizens and binding inhabitants to acts and laws of the city, adopting a service plan, providing a severability clause, providing for publishing of ordinance, providing penalties therefore, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 5-0 council vote on first reading on September 7th, 2021.
Is there a motion?
I'll move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes?
Aye.
Palmer? Aye. Porter?
Yes.
Meek?
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll move to ordinance 2021-743.
An ordinance revising Section 6 sanitary sewer use regulations of Chapter 26 utilities of the Waco Code of Ordinances to ensure compliance with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality Standards and requirements, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing a savings clause, providing a severability clause, providing for a penalty, providing for an effective date, providing for inclusion in the code, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 5-0 council vote on first reading on September 21st, 2021.
Is there a motion?
I'll move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes?
Aye.
Palmer? Aye. Porter?
Yes.
Meek?
Yes, that motion carries. Ordinance 2021-744.
An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, approving and adopting the updated service plan for the Waco Tourism Public Improvement District for fiscal year 2021-22, levying special assessments on properties in the Waco TPID to pay the cost of services provided in accordance with the updated service plan, setting charges and liens against property in the TPID and against the owners thereof, providing for the collection of the special assessments, providing for a savings clause, providing for an effective date, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 5-0 council vote on first reading on September 21st, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes?
Aye.
Palmer? Aye. Porter?
Yes.
Meek?
Yes, that motion carries. Ordinance 2021-745.
An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, providing the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco be amended by revising Section 28-247 and Chapter 28 zoning of said code, providing the zoning map shall be changed so that certain property described as Lot 8, Block 11, South Manor Edition, known as 3301 Robinson Drive, shall be changed from O2 district classification and become and be designated to O3 district classification, providing for penalties, providing a severability clause, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 5-0 council vote on first reading on September 21st, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Discussion. Please poll the council.
Holmes?
Second. Oh, aye.
Off rhythm.
So excited.
Yes, aye. Sorry.
Palmer?
Aye.
Porter?
Yes.
Meek?
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll move to ordinance 2021-746.
An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, providing the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco be amended by revising Section 28-247 and Chapter 28 zoning of said code, provided the zoning map shall be changed so that certain property described as 0.632 acres of land in the City of Waco, McLennan County, Texas, out of the TJ Chambers Survey, abstract number 7, and being all of Lot 1, Block 1 of the Oak Edition, as recorded in McLennan County Clerk's document 2017-033343 of the official public records of McLennan County, Texas, and part of that called 0.069 acre tract of land described in a deed to Merck Land Holdings, LLC, as recorded in McLennan County Clerk's document 2019-016813 of the official public records of McLennan County, Texas, known as 1018 and 1020 LaSalle Avenue, shall be changed from C2 and O2 district classification and become and be designated to C2 district classification, providing for penalties, providing a severability clause, and finally determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed, open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 5-0 council vote on first reading on September 21st, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Holmes. Palmer. Porterby.
Yes.
Meek.
Yes, that motion carries, and we'll move to the hearing of visitors. During the hearing of visitors section of the agenda, we provide an opportunity for the public to present concerns or address issues that are not matters for consideration listed on the agenda. Council is unable to conduct discussion, but will listen, ask staff to look into concerns, and provide follow-up. Please provide registration information so that staff can contact you. If you have handouts, please let us know at the beginning of your presentation, and staff will distribute those to council. If you're unable to approach the podium due to physical limitations, a microphone is able to be brought to you. And I have one card, and that is Jack Zaganis. Am I saying that right? Thank you. Yes, please come to the podium.
Hi, my name is Jack, and I would like City of Waco to build a city park up in the China Spring area of Waco. I live over there by the golf course, and there's no city parks anywhere nearby. China Spring doesn't seem to have any infrastructure or city parks itself, the city of China Spring, but we're in Waco, and if you go, our closest city park is probably Cameron Park, which is about 15-20 minutes away from our house. There are some schools nearby, but the schools, they lock up their parks and they're not for kids to play at. There are a lot of houses going in up there right now. There's huge D.R. Horton neighborhoods just being sprawled out, and they don't build parks inside their neighborhoods for even their members. We have some vacant lots we play at or we go into town. So, and then the second thing I wanted to talk about in my 3 minutes is libraries. If possible, too, park would be the best, but libraries we have 4 libraries in town. They're great libraries, we love them, but there's no north library. There's west, central, east, and south. And I was thinking a great spot for the north library, based on where the other ones are located, would be the corner of Lakeshore and 19th, where HEB, I think, owns that land right there. It's just vacant land, but it would make a nice library, and it's pretty good distance to the central library, so they could all work together, and then it could be sort of the place that the people in that area go. But I don't really have anything else to say about it. Do you guys have any questions for me about that area?
Thanks. We can't talk about this because it's not on the agenda, which is miserable, because we'd love to engage with you in this, but because it's not posted, we can't. But thank you. Stick around, because I'm sure a staff member will engage with you on these issues, and we really appreciate your concerns for these matters. They matter to us, too. Is there anyone else here to speak on anyone else here to speak on the hearing of visitors? Seeing no one, will close the hearing of visitors. Are there any council member reports on committees, boards, or commission liaison visits? If not, are there any council requests for scheduling of future agenda items? If not, then there being no further business, we will adjourn this meeting at 6:28 p.m. Great night, everybody. Thank you all.